Xbox All Access has been announced, and I'm a little bit late to the party, but I wanted to do my due diligence and give you guys my take on the Xbox All Access program. And there were some interesting things people didn't mention. Most of my subscribers already know about this, so if this is the first time you've seen my channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you like what you see, I would appreciate it if you hit that like button. I'll also leave timestamps in the description below just in case you want to skip over some of the information you already know. I'll also leave links to my articles and related videos down there as well, in case you want more details. Alright, so let's get right into it. You may or may not know what the Xbox All Access is, but I'm going to give you my take on what the program is all about, and what it means to me, and what it could potentially mean to you. The very first thing I want to point out is that the Xbox All Access program is currently only available in certain countries like Australia, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and United States, but more could be added in the future. You want to go ahead and check all the countries in the link in the description below. The All Access program lets you finance a complete Xbox gaming solution with a 24-month contract. In this package, they're giving you everything you need to immerse yourself in their ecosystem. And what you're getting is a Xbox console, current gen or next gen of your choice. You get 24 months worth of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which includes Live Gold subscription. You get Game Pass for PC, which is also included in the Game Pass Ultimate. You get EA Pay subscription. You get the xCloud mobile gaming service, and with no upfront cost, so you don't have to drop a penny to pay for it at the time of purchase. Let's dive in a bit deeper and briefly talk about each one of those options included in the package, just for those who've never heard about these products before. And I'm not going to go into too much detail on the specs of each consoles until I get my hands on them to do a really good analysis of it, but I'll also briefly go over the consoles you can currently get with the Xbox All Access program. You have the Xbox Series X and Series S, which is officially launching on November 10th, and you can pre-order them starting on September 22nd at participating retailers such as Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop, Walmart, Target, and of course Microsoft. More retailers may be offering the program, but at the time of making this video, that was what's available. I'll update the links where you can get them as they become available. PC Mac has a good comparison spec chart if you want to get an idea of the specs between the two devices, but I'm going to go over some key differences between the Series X and the Series S. The Series X has a disk drive for CDs, DVDs, and Blu-rays, whereas the S does not, and since the Series S has no disk drive, you can only get games by downloading them. The Series X has a bigger hard drive at 1 terabyte, whilst the Series S only has 512 gigabytes, but both allow for expandable storage with their Xbox Series storage expansion cards. The Series X is the physically bigger device of the two. The Series S is about 2/3 or 60% of the size of the Series X, or about a third smaller, whichever way you want to look at it. Both consoles run the same processor with the same amount of cores, but the Series S's clock speed is slightly slower, but it's very negligible, and the same thing goes for the memory. The Series X has 16 gigabytes, and the Series S has 10 gigabytes of RAM. On the other hand, the graphics card in the Series X is about 3 times more teraflops and 2 times more cores, which sounds more powerful on paper, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it will translate that much better performance in games. We'll have to wait and see after I do some benchmarkings. The performance target for the Series X is 4K at 60 frames per second, up to 120 frames per second with native 4K, whilst the Series S is at 1440p with 60 frames per second and also up to 120 frames per second, with 4K upscaling for some games and movies. That's something that we'll probably have to test once we get our hands on them. And to be honest with you, I'm guesstimating the Series X to perform a little less than 2 times better in certain titles and or marginal performance differences. It will depend on how optimized the game is for each platform. And once again, we're at the mercy of developers and vendor optimization, but the average gamer will probably not notice the difference between the two consoles. Last key difference, but certainly not least, is cost. Both are very competitively priced in the upcoming market, and the Series X launching at $40.99 and the Series S at $299. Let's put the hardware aside for a moment and take a look at the services that the All Access program offers. First up, we have 24 months of Game Pass Ultimate, which normally goes for $14.99 a month, but it's already included in the price of the Xbox All Access when you finance it. With the Game Pass Ultimate, you will have access to over 100 games you can play for free, And you also get to play new games, some of which are AAA titles from Microsoft Studios, on day one. During those 24 months, you'll also see tons of discounts on games that are not included in the Game Pass. Keep in mind that you do not own these games. The game's only free as long as it's included in the Game Pass library, and sometimes these games will be removed from that library. If you want to continue to play the game, then you have to fully purchase the game, but generally the games remain in the library for about 3 to 6 months, and sometimes longer depending on the title. In my opinion, 3 to 6 months is more than enough time for you to assess whether or not you want to continue playing the game. I typically only play a game for 3 months or so Game Pass Ultimate really works for me. Speaking of free games, Game Pass also allows you to play some of these 100 titles on PC as well, including some exclusive titles that you can only play on PC like Flight Simulator, which are also free. I think Microsoft is being a bit modest when it comes to the amount of games that are on Game Pass, but just glancing over the library, I'm seeing close to 150 titles. If you already have Xbox Live Gold or you are already a Game Pass member, then when you redeem the 24-month Ultimate membership that you get from the All Access, then the remaining balance will convert to Ultimate at a certain conversion ratio, which you can find in the link in the description below or in the link in my article. They also recently announced that Game Pass Ultimate will include EA Play as well, which costs $4.99 a month. EA Play is Electronic Arts video game subscription service that's very similar to Game Pass, but they're mostly known for their games like Madden, FIFA, and NBA game titles, which have been under a little bit of scrutiny lately, but we don't really talk about that. Regardless, you get these other titles like Battlefield 5 and Titanfall 2 that are also included, with more titles to be announced in the future. But right now I'm seeing about 30 plus titles at the launch of Xbox All Access. And then we have xCloud. It used to be called Project Cloud, which Microsoft is going to include as a Game Pass Ultimate feature. Since it's a new service that launched in Game Pass Ultimate, there was no previous monthly cost announced. But if I had to guess, I would say the service would have been maybe between $5.99 to $9.99 a month. Anyway, xCloud is Microsoft's game streaming service and is targeting mobile gamers on phones and tablets. It supports about 30 games in its beta release, and it's said to support 100 plus games on September 15th. Unfortunately, it's only available for Android devices since streaming game services are explicitly prohibited according to Apple's App Store policies. And there have been talks about games that are on xCloud services that would need to register individually with Apple's App Store. And we are not sure on which phones, like Android phones or models, are supported there, but there are some pictures circulating the web of people playing it on the Samsung products and as well as Razer products. Now that you know what you get for the Xbox All Access, let's go ahead and compare the product pricing options. Beginning with the All Access with the Series X bundle, going for $34.99 a month, for a total of $839.76 after 24 months. And then with the Series S bundle, going for $24.99 a month with a total of $599.76 after the 24-month period, with the price difference of only $10 a month or $240 after the 24-month period. And then you see a previous generation bundle, specifically the Xbox One S bundle for $22.99 a month for a total of $551.76 after the 24-month period. The Xbox S All Digital Edition and the Xbox One X will also be coming to the All Access program, but still pending availability from the participating retailers. We'll update this once the pricing becomes available. What if you decide to get one of the previous generation Xbox One consoles with the All Access bundles, but then you decided you wanted to upgrade it to the new gen consoles like the Series X or the Series S? It's definitely possible, and this is what you have to do. First, you have to make the equivalent payments of 18 months before you're eligible for upgrades. Once you are verified eligibility from the finance company Citizens One, you may then upgrade to the next gen consoles only from the place or retailer you originally purchased your previous bundle. You would then need to create a new contract with terms and pricing required for the upgrade. Monthly payments may be higher. During this time, they will send you a kit for you to send back everything that the original bundle came with within 15 days of upgrading. And warning, make sure your console is in good condition before you return it, because your return may not be accepted if it isn't. There's also a $20 upgrade fee if you're upgrading from an Xbox One S All Digital Edition. However, there's one exception. Upgrading from an Xbox One X that was purchased between November 18th to December 31st on 2019 during Project Scarlet, you would be eligible to upgrade to the next gen console in as little as 12 months worth of payments. but it's unclear whether or not the Xbox One X must be purchased through Microsoft or can it be upgraded if you purchased it through another retailer. If this is the case, then you would still need to pay 12 installments of All Access, and then you can go through the upgrade process. You could essentially just pay the equivalent of 18 or 12-month payments upfront if for some reason you want to upgrade right away. I don't recommend getting the Xbox All Access with any previous gen consoles. You are essentially buying a newly outdated console, and it would just be a complete pain to upgrade to the next later on. And it could cost you a lot more than if you would have just bought the next gen console with the All Access bundle. It's nice that Microsoft uses this option, and there might be some reasons why you would choose this option, but in my opinion, it's just not worth the hassle. But at the end of the day, it is your money. You do what you want. Alright, so let's transition to financing real quick since we're kind of already talking about it. If you have gift cards or rewards with a participating retailer, they may not allow you to use it along with the Xbox All Access bundle via that financing. It would be wise for you to contact the retailer to find out if you can combine the gift cards or rewards with the finance option, because it really could save you some money if they allow it. The credit line that would be used is Citizens One, which is a brand name of Citizens Bank, which is the only way you can finance the Xbox All Access bundle, at least for now. Purchasing the bundle from a participating retailer will require you to be approved for a credit line, just like any other credit card or loan, which means they'll probably need to pull your credit at the time of purchase. So if your credit score or profile is poor, then you probably shouldn't finance the Xbox All Access bundle because you will most likely be declined. The credit line has 0 APR, no annual fee, no penalty fee, and no late fees, which is nice for a finance program. But all other credit nuances will still apply. Sure, there's no fees for missing a payment or making a late payment, but it can still negatively impact your credit score if you do. It will be reported to the credit bureau, and you will not be able to do any upgrades since your account is not in good standing, which is a requirement to do an upgrade. And just to finish this section off, I want to give a quick disclaimer. This is not financial advice, and I'm not affiliated with the said financial institution. I'm not a financial consultant or CPA. You should consult a finance specialist on the subject matter. Just like any Xbox you would buy, you still get 1-year warranty on the console, so you can request support if it breaks down during that time, and 90 days on the controller and accessories. Now obviously if you decide to throw it in water to see if it's waterproof, that's not covered. But seriously, don't do that. Whether or not your Xbox is working, you're still under the 24-month contract and you would still need to make payments or pay it off. You can return your Xbox All Access to the retailer that you purchased from within 30 days. It would depend on the participating retailer from which you bought it from to determine their return policies, so it could be less than 30 days, so you want to be very clear on the retailer's return policy. I know that was a lot of information to take in, but I'll leave a link to my article in the description below that has all the links to the official site documents, just in case you want more details on the stuff that we talked about, which I'll more likely update that article than I would on YouTube. That pretty much covers all the important details of Xbox All Access. So that leaves the question, should you buy All Access? And in my opinion, I think this is one of the best Xbox deals that Microsoft has ever offered. And that's simply because the amount of value you get compared to what was ever offered before. And to be honest with you, I don't think I can currently build a cheaper PC that matches the Xbox Series X's specs, at least at that price point. And another thing is that you don't have to put a penny down to get a complete solution for this. I mean, it really is hard to turn down. If I was ever interested in the Xbox, probably now would be the time to buy. I mean, what do you guys think? Leave me a comment below whether you plan on buying this or not. Here's a bit of a teaser bonus for you guys. I have a video coming up in the next few days where I will show you how you can get Xbox All Access for up to 30% less and an almost unlimited Game Pass Ultimate subscription. So don't rush out and pre-order until you see that video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when that video gets uploaded. And if you guys enjoyed this video, I really would appreciate you hit that like button. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.